All right. All right. A little late, but let's get this shit started. It's probably going to be a little bumpy ride.
How great the president.
All right. So let me turn the music off. So I'm going to go back to share screen, pull up the Illuminati cards. All right. Shout out to Jew Burger, Vatican City in the house. EBT, if you happen to stop by and you want to hang out somewhere while you finish your fucking projects that you're doing for the weekend, let me know. I'll drop the link. But tonight I'm basically going to just kind of run through all of these cards and make sure that I can get at least decent images up for everybody to look at and skip through, because I did videos of putting the cards down, but that was kind of corny now looking back at it. So once this is done, I'll be deleting those and just leave this up. So basically, the main reason behind wanting to do this is, one, to flex on everybody, because having this set of Illuminati cards is dope. But for two, I did my own little wood burning, so I made the logo on the inside of that box that you see on the image there. And I'm still trying to get everything set up, and it's frustrating because there's a new song. Uh, by Aesop Rock. Shout out to the Machine Lies. I know he'll dig this. Damn it. Why is it so hard to find now that I want to look for it? Let me just go new song because I can't remember the name of the song. Mindful Solutionism, I think, is the name of the actual song. So let's try that. Videos. Sorry, dead air. Sucks to suck. I just need to buy a little bit more time while this laptop gets warmed up. So I'm obviously not doing it well. But nobody's watching anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal, is it? All right. The reason I wanted to play this is because shout out to Hater Dave. He sent me the video. I didn't know that this was released today, but it's just. Let me pause that real quick so I can send this back over. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, I didn't check the chat for a second. What up, Ice Grills? What up, Yella? I'm basically doing a speed run of the Illuminati cards. I have some old videos of me just like plopping the cards down on the table because I thought that was cool at the moment, but now I realize that was kind of corny. So I'm doing kind of a speed run through this, and then I'm just going to be hanging out. If anybody wants to jump on, hang out, talk, whatever, shoot the shit, you can. But if not, I'll probably just be wrapping up after I finish. I wanted to... That's funny. I wanted to play this song, brand new song by Aesop Rock, real quick before I get into all of the cards, because it's a really funny synchronicity that I think people will dig, especially if you've been watching the Machine Lies and his debates and conversations on technology. Technology and stuff in general has been a topic as of late. And this video just does an exceptional job of great rhetoric. Plus, it's Aesop Rock, so like, can you really have any complaints? So let me run this. It's only 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Promise you'll enjoy it, and then we'll get into it.
A friend of mine made a tool from a stone and defended his tribe as technology. Sorry for the technical term. It's a wheel, then a fire, and the rest is a blur. Go with theorized plot in the pot with applied science, let it sit. I bet it's streamlines your environs, yeah. What's a resource local to the grotto? The method is free until the mechanism follow. That's technology, innovate a difference, a feat of engineering, a system made efficient. There isn't a condition, complication, or revision where the answer ain't to build a more sophisticated widget. Idiot, tired of games, Bronze Age, Iron Age, weaponry in stellar form, shelter finer by the day, livestock and vegetables and roads behind the hideaway, Mesopotamia out the motherfucking lion cage. If it's out of the bag, then it's out of the bag. If it's out of the bag, then it's out of the bag. If it's out of the bag, then it's out of the bag.
Oh shit, am I getting the new?
That is a powerful cat.
Are you using it? Okay, no.
That's the You take a lever and Napoleon's and Archimedes on that miracle tech. Year zero, you can build a future real in its head. Put a shoe on a horse, shoot a man with a gun. Steam powered bifocals and mechanical funk. Manipulate electricity, now it cannot be done. Yes it can, ain't a damn that could cancel the flood. True to human curiosity. At the tree of knowledge, pulling genies out of bottles. Stealing from Leonardo's. Plane, train, auto, hauling space age cargo. Bizarro technology, every day is tomorrow. Telegraph, telephone, you can blur a door. Simple Kitsy from my cousin G at Dome in Sydney. You could write a letter with no paper. You could fix anything with a laser. If it's out of the bag, then it's out of the bag. If it's out of the bag, then it's out of the bag. If it's out of the bag, then it's out of the bag. Now that is a powerful cat. Now that is a powerful cat. Now that is a powerful cat. You could get a robot limb for your blown off limb. Later on, the same technology could automate your gig. As awesome as it is, wait, it gets awful. You could split an atom willy-nilly. If it's energy that can be used for killing, then it will be. It's not about a better knife, it's chemistry and genocide and medicine for tempering the heck in a projector light. Landmines, Agent Orange, leaded gas, cigarettes, cameras in your favorite corners, plastic in the wilderness. We cannot be trusted with the stuff that we come up with. The machinery could eat us, we just really love our buttons. Technology, focus on the other shit. 3D printed body parts, dehydrated onion dip. You could buy a jet ski from a cell phone on a jumbo jet. TECHNOLOGY, it's the ultimate.
Geography, medical research, automated teaching, distribution, better health, unknown factors.
If it's out of the bag, then it's out of the bag. If it's out of the bag, then it's out of the bag. If it's out of the bag, then it's out of the bag. Now that is a powerful cat. Now that is a powerful cat. Now that is a powerful cat.
All right, what's up, everybody? I am back. Real quick before we get into the Illuminati cards, saw the chat talking about EBT's Ice Grills era. That one was fucking funny. I remember it was when he was talking about that alleged hack that happened. That was coming from CERN. I forget it was the guy that had the mask on and he did the really trippy basically a live stream. It was weird. But yeah, really good. And what's up, Hoppins? Good to see you too, sir. We were just going over the most recent Aesop Rock song, which, what was it? Mindfulness Solutionism, which is a great name for a song, considering there are the arguments of accelerationism going on lately. There's the, Luddite movement, the Ted Kaczynski type arguments of, all technology is bad. But as we noticed at the beginning of that song, if you stick a rock onto a stick, that is technically technology. So, at what level do we say technology is bad? Now, I tend to lean with Ace at this point because it was excellent the way he summed it up. It's out of the bag, and that's why that was such a good fucking hook. The cat's out of the bag. It's powerful technology, sure. And we as conspiratards can make the arguments that technology is out of our control and we can't sway it one way or another because it's controlled by controllers and yada yada yada, right? However, I think that that's just a black pill to try and convince us that we're not as powerful as we really are. Because, realistically, I'm fairly convinced that Aesop's been watching what's been going on as far as like panel debates go. And it's especially interesting that only a few days after we were talking about Ace on the Machine live stream, this drops. Might be a synchronicity, might be me inflating all of our egos so that we feel more important than we are, and it's really just everybody's on the same page. Regardless, it is, in fact, a banger. And I'm looking forward to that next album. So we're going to get into this speed run of the Illuminati card games. Some of the pictures are horrible because now looking back at it, I tried to go for an aesthetic instead of actually making it useful. Thankfully, nobody actually knows how to play this card game. So the actual details on each of these cards isn't really all that relevant. So I'm going to be shuffling back and forth between. Actually, let me pull this into another window. Give me 1 second to adjust my view. Now I can see all the comments, and I won't be as horrible of a host as I often am. So this first one's the Vatican City card. Don't ask me what the details on the power, resistance, stuff like that. I might go try and hunt down how to actually play through this game at the end of this stream. And if somebody comes up, I can, have them fill time so that I can look that up. But I haven't really had much luck as far as it goes looking for people that have actually played this game. Even though it is a real game, you have dice that you can use for it, blah, blah, blah. The most that I've been able to do is just make this little treasure chest box where I did the little wood burning of the logo on the inside and then stained the outside. So moving on, we have the chain letter card. If any of these images stand out to anybody about certain like current topics, drop it in the chat and I'll cycle back to it. Like EBT and CBO have talked about back on their 420 stream where they covered this at length during the pandemic. This is based on Discordian magic. And it is the way that Discordian magic works is it's essentially a type of magic that works off of a broken clock. It works through the understanding that numbers are just numbers, but if you can convince people that there's significance to those numbers, depending on the moment that they're dropped and the way that they're dropped and how the optics look, they can be deemed significant. It's the reason why the Jews are genetically predisposed to schizophrenia. And it's basically a goy slop version of a Jewish schizophrenia. This one's funny. Car Bomb, because it reminds me of this song by the Acacia Strain that also goes by that title, and it's really heavy. I might play that near the end of I appreciate that, Yella. Yeah, it does look like, and it still has like the a little bit of a smoky smell to it. So I'm sure over time it's going to kind of get nostalgic the same way. That like an old book has that kind of smell, even though I've realized now that the reason it has that smell is because of like body oil and dead skin cells that have accumulated into the book. So next time you smell an old book and you think that it smells awesome, it's because body oil. Before I go any further, that's dope. See, the fact that he liked one of your comments, it does make me wonder, how much he's out here in these streets watching the chaos roll around. Like, he is one of those reclusive types of people that I think is probably more tuned into stuff than we really notice. This one's Orbit 1. All of that space stuff. I do appreciate the theme that goes through the Illuminati card games. They always try and put this triangle logo into different images as it goes through. So you'll notice that trend. All right, we have Japan. Oh, yeah, that is funny. Yeah. It would be very similar to that, especially, or even to go back a little bit further, the fires in Northern California, which was the first, most recent to modern day alleging of DEW weapons happening, because there was all the cars that were burnt down to the actual rims being stuck to yes they did. No. But random fact, there was some school shooting that happened a few years back where the shooter was wearing an acacia strain hoodie, and they had to do a whole damage control thing about it. But no, the Acacia String has a song called Car Bomb, but I think that you were just trolling. And that was funny. That was very, very funny. Shit, where was I going? Let's just continue on. Oh yeah, I have to jump back over here to make sure. All right. So yeah, you can see there's the triangle here with fear and loathing. Oh, this is funny. The caption on it says, "Paranoia increases worldwide ideological alignments now. Give 8+ on any attempt to control." So it gives you like a quick caption that's kind of sarcastic, whatever, but then gives you like the game rules, like any sort of like Magic the Gathering game. Waiting period. Ain't this the fucking truth? Damn. It's the only reason I don't get a suppressor is because I'm not going to wait for one. I'll just as soon put an oil filter on my rifle and call that a suppressor. Reorganization. You may completely. Oh, yeah, it's still a description. Let's see. All right, speed running. This is funny. Again, I don't know the significance of the different cards as far as like how you would play them. But the top caption to this image says, "The end of the world is at hand. The millennium is coming to a real end soon. Now, repent, slack off, play card games." Funny. New York. And actually, I thought that was an explosion. It's funny. They have just King Kong there. Here we go. Sorry. All right. Here we got King Kong in the background. Some random wop beating the shit out of some Jew probably. And then we got the triangle up there. Triangle over here. Again, it's intentional. It's a card game. No matter what your scam, somebody in the Big Apple does it better. Next card, Law and Order. Self-explanatory. Dictatorship. If anybody's on the Discord, this kind of looks like the mush EBT head emote, which is really funny. Next card, Don't Rock the Boat. You'll notice the In this one, the fish are triangles. Even though the boat has already been sunk metaphorically, the banking class is blaming you get it. Red Scare, which is, one of those. Again, this is the reason I like this deck. Oh, I think that was probably what I was talking about earlier about the whole Discordian magic. Before I got distracted by the great comment earlier. The Discordian magic style is effectively taking advantage of the both predictable nature of mankind and the repetitive cycle of humanity. The reason I say it that way is because if you imagine humanity as a clock, the cycles would be indicated by the hands as they circle it. It's not quite a great description since I said it was a broken clock. But with a broken clock, you can actually just move the hands around to have it be whatever you want. Hey, what's up, slow boy? Good to see you. Hope you stopped by for a little bit. We're just doing a speed run through these cards. Wanted to make sure I had these up since all my older videos of these were kind of dog shit, so I wanted to do a decent breakdown of them. Even though, like I said, EBT and CBO have done a great breakdown of it, it's just in the middle of a 4-hour and 20-minute stream from back in the day. So I'm trying to condense it. This one, every year is worse, is especially funny because if you want to think about the allegedly Aztec calendar prediction of the world ending in 2012, it was really the Mayan calendar or vice versa. I can't remember which way it was, but basically in the news, it would show a Mayan calendar and say it was an Aztec calendar, or show an Aztec calendar and say it was Mayan. I can't remember the difference, but that's why this one is funny. I'm going to read the caption. The earth is degenerating today. Bribery and corruption abound. Children no longer obey their parents. Kids are fighting. Birds are flying. Shout out to Jim Bob. Every man wants to write a book. And it is evident that the end of the world is fast approaching. Written on an Assyrian tablet in 2800 BC. So like I said, everybody thinks it's the end of the world while they're living. Even though I do agree that the end of all time has to happen at some point, history will be rolled up like a scroll as it's written, and the completion of all things will happen. We in our finite minds always believe that we're going to be the lucky ones to see the credits roll. March on Washington. I forgot this card existed. Kind of funny considering the January 6th bullshit. Shout out to Truther Cop. Mercenaries. We got the triangle again. This small elite corps specializes in covert wet work and things that go boom. Shout out to EBT. Finish your fucking SEAL Team 666 series. The people want it. Cable TV, 500 channels, and nothing's on. And I just, again, I appreciate the way that these cards are built because it's a meta thing. Like literally all these images are other cards. Power to the people. You get it. Privileged tech. Again, I'll have to try and figure out how to play this game and maybe see if I can't set it up to. Yeah, EBT did do work today. It was cool to see him try out doing the live stream over at the shop, and hopefully he's able to get stuff set up over there. That'd be a really cool added aspect, because everybody knows he knows what he's doing, and I think it would be valuable for people to see somebody actually do work with their hands and show you how to actually break down stuff. Maybe he'll teach everybody how to use a drill press and drill a third hole into redacted places on things. Jokes. Yeah, it is cool. The dude's like, I mean, yeah, he's a fucking legend. Fast food chains. Would you like fries with that? Shout out to Jew Burger. FBI. Let the sunshine in. I don't see you, so don't pretend you're there. I mean, I would say he's pretty legendary. Like, as far as the impact he's had in the truther realm, it's been pretty monumental. Considering it, like, obviously everybody wants to hype up their own little corner of the internet and think that it's more influential than it is. I get it. But there are confirmed moments where stuff is obviously being pulled from them, and I respect them. And I'm a bit irritated that even though we were both in Indianapolis for a few years while we were friends and we were talking about the whole Tartaria shit, we never got to actually hang out during that time. But that's neither here nor there. Currency speculation. Combined disasters. This is a interesting one as far as, the whole concept goes of basically never letting a good crisis go to waste. If we've learned anything over the years, it's that a lot of these things are being stacked together to achieve multiple goals. There's never just a one express goal in these types of things. I think everybody would pretty much agree with that. Quarantine. Yes, this is a real card. If you notice, there's multiple things about the quarantine card. There is the mask. There is the needle. And I'm not quite sure what this stuff is in the background. I think it's supposed to be like body bags. That's what I'm. Oh yeah, no, it must be, because there's toe tags. So make of that what you will. Again, Discordian magic. Like, how many times have there been quarantines around the world during different times and blah blah blah, right? That's funny. He is obviously diesel instead of gas. Well, this is a type of gas. Moving on. I botched the joke. I apologize, guy. Mayday. We got the Russian scare, which also currently relevant, but also could forever be relevant, because how many times throughout the years is there some sort of Russian threat, scare, whatever, psyop? Martial law. Now, I don't know how many people remember this, but there was literally a fence around DC during the COVID scare, which was something that is here. But obviously, putting a fence around something isn't really all that original. It is interesting, though, again, looking at these cards back in the 90s when they came out. This one is especially funny considering, well, the, what was it, last year before? I don't keep track of the Royals, but again, people live and die. It's all cyclical, and being able to make satire jokes well written like cards is something that's fun. Eco gorillas. And a side note, just so I can add a little bit of nuance to the Illuminati card game, there are two different back styles to the cards. One style of the Illuminati card is a blue font with a hand with strings hanging from it, which I'm guessing are more, for lack of a better term, like the move cards versus the types of action cards, which on the backs of the cards say the Illuminati logo in red font, and the strings are attached to a puppet. So if you're ever looking to buy your own deck of Illuminati cards, there are not two different versions. They are all part of one same deck. It's just meant to make it look extra interesting to have the cards be, the puppet and the puppet master layout, for lack of a better term. I lied. Let me see if I can zoom this. Okay. A lie is an abomination unto the Lord, and a very present help in time of trouble. Adlai Stevenson. Whoever that is. Somebody can let me know if that's an important person or not. I doubt it is. Gun control. An evergreen topic, if you ask me, because until it's finally completely controlled, which I don't believe it ever will be, there will always be the push to control the guns. Imposter, which is a fun one considering if we look at it, well, no, it's not really a good angle, but you do see the triangles there. The reason this card is so interesting to me currently, because obviously we have the whole actor-based reality. Everybody's a clone allegedly, or people are faking like they look like this, that, or the other. The most current imposter stuff is the whole Biden earlobe stuff, which if you notice, the earlobes in this artwork are slightly different. You see the distinct hook up to actually have a lobe versus the attached one, which is the current conspiracy topic about Joe Biden. Interference. Plain and simple. Suicide Squad. Enough is enough. A all-time classic for conspiratards. Looks like Trump. And the caption for this one: at any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Let me jump back to the. I'm running away with the cards. I want to keep up with the comments too, since you guys are taking time out of your night to hang out with me. So I want to be able to keep up. Yeah, no, it's Biden is at first I thought he was a long time like improv actor, but I think he's just kind of been given over to the dementia because like if we're gonna be reasonable about this shit, right? Uh, everybody gets old, everybody dies. And for people to get so spun up in the like he's a super secret mastermind, like the dude's probably shitting his pants constantly, right? That's the so even if his clone exists, his clone is probably shitting his pants too because they're probably the same age. If clones are real, I get it. Yada yada yada. Jake Day, which I don't get the reference to this. Obviously, it's to some degree a joke day. Maybe it might be April 1st. I'm not sure. Hollywood. Behind the phony tinsel of Hollywood lies the real tinsel. Oscar Levant of Oscar and Ebert. Those were the two movie reviewers back in the day. I don't remember the names. Let's see this. Before the dimension, he would lie about his college. Oh yeah, no, he's an absolute dog shit dummy. And that's why it's like I would be willing to bet he probably did like 2 years of junior college and took like an improv class to be able to figure out how to do like the yes and bits or just be able to start telling jokes. He would be better made as a comedian than a politician. Like, but that's not the universe we live in. Let me see. Which art? Or are you talking about the Aesop video? I don't know. Let me know what you meant by that, because I don't know. I have kind of a love for this style of art. It reminds me of back the '90s comic book era, Todd McFarlane artwork. So I'm kind of a sucker for it. Infobon. InfoWars. You get it. Dan Quayle. Forget who he was as far as somebody. Potat. Oh, come on, guys. Let's go golfing. I'm guessing he's some sort of a alleged retard political figure. 1,000 Points of Light. Great reference to Bush Sr. Shout out to the man who stood in front of the library at the JFK assassination and also allegedly toasted to the death of JFK at the Republican rally the night before JFK was assassinated at whatever square it was at. I forget. Shout out to Schism 206 for doing a better breakdown of that JFK assassination than most people have. Jihad. I'm gonna wear out the shout out phrase until it's just grating on everybody. So just to preface the rest of this stream, because it's funny to me. And I think most of you guys get the joke. So shout out to the Machine Lies. Okay. Yeah, no, you see, there is I'll just read it out loud. So if anybody's not watching the screen, I can see the comic book take. It just feels like it should be almost more encrypted in symbols. I'm not hating on it. Just seems not their style. And that's why I just how do I explain this? It was a product of its era. Like this was the prevailing artwork at that time. Um I should do like a comic book stream and just like skim some of my old like Punisher graphic novels. And what else do I have? I think I have some old Todd McFarlane Spider-Man stuff. I used to have Spawn. I traded that for a tattoo. It is what it is. Bait and switch. Stuff on sale today only. Bigger business, not that important. Fnord. Okay. So the whole reference to it was hand drawn. Yeah, you're right. That's also part of the reason it is kind of a strange style. In this deck, anytime you see Fnord, it's Ford. They had, but it is funny if you mix it around, it's a N word, right? Actually, well, not really. That was a reach. There was, I think it was on that car bomb, or no, there's another card where it actually the car says Fnord in the same way that it would be Ford. So to avoid copyright strikes in that era, I guess they put the N in it. Yeah, I apologize. It was a bad reach. Swiss bank account. Let's see. We got the 62666 what? All right. Not that cool. Next one. Templars. No, they weren't wiped out in 1312. They've been growing in power and wealth and strange knowledge. Some random dude LARPing at the top of a apartment complex. Let me grab this. Ever see the Wall edition of Heavy Metal magazine? It's about Trump gaining power, building the wall, being persecuted and betrayed, then regaining power and completing the wall and abandoning. I haven't. I will have to check that out. I appreciate you dropping that. That's interesting. Yeah, it is similar in spirit to this kind of stuff because it is, in my opinion, a lot of chaos magic where it's like if we have lifetime actors, we can deliberately choose the types of people that look like certain archetypes. So it's fairly easy to repeat characters and themes by also including similar looking faces. Because with 6 or 7 billion people on this planet, I'm fairly certain there's going to be a lot of us that look similar to one another. And if you squint really hard, you can make some sort of obscure connection or even mistake somebody's voice for somebody else. On top of that, dollars for decency. What's the card say? I have enclosed my commitment of $25 as a IOU ticket. All the dollars have triangles in them. Talisman of Ahrimanes. I'm probably botching that. Because I've never heard of this talisman before. I'm sure it's really conspiratorial and really woke or really you get ascended Gnostic knowledge by looking that up, but I haven't. vampires, Loch Ness Monster. I saw it. It was there. Call the papers. Call the National Guard. Sell my stocks. Hilarious. Telephone psychics. Call 1-900-SUCKERS right now and talk to your psychic buddy. Kinder and gentler. Yeah, I wish. Security people. Oh, come on. Shift to the next thing. Oh, so we're at the end of that one, I think. Yeah, so there's, I'll just keep it down here so I don't get lost. There's about 200 cards, so I'm going to try and speed run this as best I can again. AMA, I know that as Ask Me Anything, but obviously this is a different acronym. War Gamers. Tornado. Yeah. Again, let me know if, okay, so we've reached the end of that one. Nice. I think this should be doing correctly the sets that the way Imager works, you can only do like a limited number per file. I thought I could just upload it all into one dump, so it took quite a bit of work to send all these in. We got vultures. Capitalizing on the disorder caused by a rival's attack, you subvert key personnel. Soon, you will make your own move. I don't know why they have to like break the fourth wall with that caption. Like, why can't you just keep it theatrical and then actually do the card action below it? We still got the triangle there, so you know it's an Illuminati card game. Straighten up. No good caption there, just a good image counter spell. Caption says, suddenly the candles flared brilliantly and the servitors scattered too late. The altar exploded and the roof began to sag. France. We've had plenty of France moments over the last few years. There was that, obviously not Eiffel or whatever this tower is. It's not Eiffel Tower. Whatever it was. The Arc du Triomphe charge during the beginning of COVID, where there was the riots and they were talking. I remember seeing posters of people or signs from people running around saying like, we've chopped off heads for less, which is very much a France thing. They love their riots as much as they love their coffee and cigarettes. Are there good skate spots under the tower? I've never been to France. I've been to Germany. Where else? Yeah, that's probably the only... Yeah, just Germany is my only Europe area. But it'd be dope to actually go out there and check it out. TV preachers. Shame that there isn't a good caption for it. Self-esteem. Ironic, the two choices of people that are on this, considering they have... Both groups have had their self-esteem dramatically overinflated over the years. Mother's March. Martyrs? Did actually, that makes me... No, the Tiananmen Square guy didn't get ran over. I kind of wish he did. That would have been better for content. Purge. To me, this kind of looks like Nah, it doesn't really look like anybody that would have looked like jumping out of any of the towers. So, Rosicrucians, shout out to the Rosicrucians. The true Rosicrucians do not advertise, and their powers are recondite indeed. I'm going to have to look up what recondite means now. See, you learn something new every day. Grassroots support, hilarious imagery that they use for this, considering how, it's basically just astroturfing, right? Farmers inflating the amount of support. Very clever multi-level image to look at that. See, all you guys are well more cultured than I am. That's dope. Phone company. We got the triangle. Oh, okay. No, it's a description. Junk mail. All of the postage is triangles. Did you ever wonder what sort of sinister messages might be hidden in that book club advertisement? No? Good. Don't think about it. Shout out to Talcott for getting fired from his UPS job or whatever postal job he got fired from. IRS. Moonies. I don't know which cult this is in reference to. It might be. Damn it! I'm drawing a blank on the fucking people. Can't remember, but endless numbers of cults that fit this description. CDC, very relevant in the last few years. But if you notice, there's nothing really in the image itself aside from bacteria and whatever, but like it's literally the CDC. So why wouldn't they have bacteria and stuff? So there's no real reference to the COVID in this. So that's why I chalk it up to that Discordian magic, because it can only be so right as far as alleged predictions. Let's get organized. The internet worm. Currently, I've been seeing a lot of internet worms happening, unless everybody's just really dog shit at streaming in the last couple weeks. But I've been seeing a lot of tech gremlins popping out on people's streams, making muted mics and whatever. The frog god, Keck. Oh, that's right. Yes, there was. What was the conspiracy about the Notre Dame fire? Was it Q related or what was it? I think it. No, it was supposed to predict something. I don't remember what the prediction was for it. I just remember being sad that the fucking place burned down in general. The idols are both frightening and silly, and no one knows why the masters keep them around. Oh, good catch. Very good catch. It was in I Pet Goat 2 that the Notre Dame church burned down. Very good. Thank you, sir. Church of Elvis, shout out to Jurassic Liars. Revolution. The rebels are at the hills. They have outside support. They have photocopiers. Fundy money. Hilarious. Very hilarious. to anybody not watching the screen, the guy is wearing a ring with a cross on it, and then on his cufflinks, he has a $ cufflink, a cross cufflink, and a triangle cufflink. New federal budget. Just dumping money into a hole, which pain. So much pain, because this happens every fucking day. Computer virus. Think. That's funny. THIMK. Manuel Noriega. Hilarious, his ability. He can borrow any of his alignments, even to the extent of reversing their alignments. Crusade. There's just, this is see, this is why I love this card game so much, because realistically, this is what like modern Protestant Christianity looks like. Just absolute chaos. And God does indeed hate drags. Let's see. What were you saying, Yellow? Let me pull that up. Yeah, I remember that night. It was at work. It was on the lounge TV. Yeah. It's bizarre. All right, let me jump back to this. Video games. Space Intruders scrawled across his glasses as he's getting blasted by space intruders. Frankenfood. One of the most bizarre images of the Illuminati card deck, because like you can't really put your finger on what that is. Like it's half bug, half bacteria, obviously 3D printed, and then you can see this strand is trying to inch over into this child's ear. Shout out to Jewburger. It's got genes from a firefly, a French fry, a tomato, and a Toyota. So yeah, great imagery, especially considering the current conspiracy topics of CRISPR, and they're now going full hog, irony detected, of 3D printing meats. So yes, yeah, exactly. They were testing out the 3D printed weird food at Burning Man. What's this one say? There's live footage of the Notre Dame fire with people running around the building acting. Yeah. It's. I want to go back to it, but it hurts my heart to see stuff like that happen to old buildings. You know, there's not very many of them left, and I get it. Empires rise and fall. Nothing lasts forever. Yada, yada, yada. But wait, who turned pro? I might have misspoke somewhere. I don't know. Let me know. Sorry. I wasn't even. My bad. No, this is actually funny. If I wanted to draw a connection of this, the Weird Turn Pro, when the going gets weird, the Weird Turn Pro by Hunter S. Thompson. Now, if I were to draw a correlation to this currently, the Weird Turn Pro would be in reference to the QMAP guy who used to design dresses for Michelle Obama that eventually ended up doing the QMAP, and then getting outed by EBT while he was getting interviewed, and the host didn't even know how stupid it was. It is very interesting, the correlation, because obviously this is not a dress, but the crown, royalty, expound on it what you will. Contract on America. If pro is the opposite of con, is progress the opposite of Congress? Celebrity spokesman. Hilarious. They should have put red hair and given him a shitty guitar and stuck him in the woods. And that ginger faggot celebrity spokesman, that's the current hot topic. Bribery. Perhaps this will change your mind. Fraternal orders. Obviously, this is the Prince Hall Lodge. I had to take a second to remember. What's the it's a mix between the Shriners and the Prince Hall Freemasons going on here. Caption says, "You think they look silly with their hats and their motor scooters? If you knew what those hats really meant, you'd never laugh at anything ever again." That's funny. That's really funny. Shout out to Yurt. He was asking about these cards the other day. I sent him the link to this Imager stuff. I mean, he's got kids, so he wasn't able to actually put it to use. So I figure if he's still floating around the internet and he wants to check this out, he'll have the summary here. Switzerland. Is there anything good in here? We got, a chicken in every pot. World trade is thriving. Everybody's rich and happy. Interesting how, Oh, this one's Eliza. This is the, AI card. Milo, why are you crying? You want to come in? All right. It is really alive, or does it just think it is? Which is the question of modern times, isn't it? In my opinion, I don't think that AI will ever be able to bridge that uncanny valley. I don't think that AI will ever reach full sentience because I don't believe that AI is what they tell us it is. I would argue that it is more a window or portal for spirits to try and connect with us. And that goes into the whole, supernatural possession, influence, arguments, things like that. However, I do think that humanity can be dumbed down to be convinced that technology is more clever than it is. The same way that magicians can trick an entire audience of a trick. Nuclear power companies, they're warping reality in those reactors. It's unnatural, I tell you. Power corrupts. Shout out to Harvey Weinstein. Democrats, for every reaction, there is an equal and opposite government program. Principia Discordia. Again, Discordian magic. That's, they're hiding it in plain sight, bro. You gotta see it to believe it, bro. You gotta dig deeper, bro. You get it. Savings and loan scam. The facade. Sucked dry and cast aside. Ollie North. If anybody knows who that guy is, let me know. I don't care enough to try and research who he was as a character. Commitment. This is one that's an evergreen card as well. There's all those eco resistors that are gluing their hands to racetracks or streets currently. That's the new thing, to glue your hands to the floor. In my personal opinion, rip those dumbasses off the street. Or if you want to do it faster, just roll over them. Like, is there really a loss of life? Was anything really lost? I argue there wasn't. Good polls. Congressional wives. Shout out to all the handlers, the necks that twist the head, if you will. Anybody who gets that old phrase, the man may be the head of the household, but the woman is the neck that turns the head. The library at Alexandria, not of. Same distinction in phrasing as revelation versus revelations. Deprogrammers. Personally, this one reminds me of that one weird scene a few years back. Well, actually, it was probably quite a few years back. It was when like QAnon was really in its like fever pitch. There was that picture where Hillary Clinton looked completely like turned off computer style, sitting in the passenger seat of some flat white panel van, to my memory. And the detail of the car is only being influenced by the background here. But she had this same exact look on her face. There was a driver in the front seat, but then she was, it looked basically the way the photo looked like, it looked as if the character was sitting literally on the lap of the other agent that was in the driver's seat. However, this is a fairly convincing argument. It very well likely might be Courtney Love. Joggers, not to be, well, actually, yeah, you might as well misconstrue it for the current association to what people use the phrase joggers for. Ceasefire. Yeah. Let them eat cake. George Bush. Georgie with the broccoli. George Bush is conservative when he feels like it. He is treated as conservative if and only if you, the Illuminati pulling his strings, want him to be conservative. Very interesting. I wonder if that plays an actual role in the card game. I do know that you play different styles yeah, see, because conservative sometimes. Oh yeah. They probably all died off. You can't be that spaghetti looking arm type and expect to live that long. Let me jump back here. All right. Clone arrangers. Hail Eris. Hilarious that it looks like there was an attempt at making a like black flag style tattoo there, because it's super edgy to be, covered in tattoos. Speaking as somebody that's covered in tattoos, like the vast majority of the tattoos, if I could go back, I'd probably never get a tattoo. But it is what it is. Supernova. The light in the skies inspires awe at the wonders of the universe, and space scientists react quickly by asking for budget increases. Notice how they make it a point to it's subtle details. This the multi-shadow moment. Which reminds me that during solar eclipses, I do find it fascinating that the way that shadows look during a eclipse, like if you were to, I don't know how to explain it, but shadows from like tree leaves or just anything in your environment that's that kind of way where you can kind of hold it up away from the ground and it's not like one full structure. It does look strangely like the eclipse itself, and I wonder if that's because of the way the light refracts. But I'm too retarded to have the details for you guys. I apologize. Albino alligators. The second bullet, which kind of hilarious for JFK. Botched contract. Power grab. Post office. Going postal. All right. So that's that section. Go to section 3. Let me pour myself another drink real quick. If you guys have any comments or something, I'll pause for a second and let the chat catch up. Yes, Talcott indeed. And also, I agree, tight pants are for vaginas. Anybody that's still wearing Seenie Weenie style pants, you got to grow out of that. Hey, what's up, Tranquil Vortex? Good to see you. You're good. Yeah, just this is not a professional organization we got going on over here. Okay, you can jump in anytime. All right, you want out, Milo? You're looking at me like you want out. All right, go on. Good boy. Okay. Give me like, actually, let me pull up a song real quick or something just to fill some time. Let me do some behind the scenes working real quick. If you guys will bear with me for a second, I would appreciate it. Let's see. Who's live right now? It's only Jay. Cool. Jump over here. Pull up a video. I'm gonna play this one again because it's bro. I'll be talking to you later. I'm sure. We just send each other memes all day and every day anyway.
question?
All right. I'm back. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Let's get back to the cards. Death Mask. Yo, what's up, EBT? Let me know if you're working on shit tonight and you just want to hang out and shoot the shit. I'll drop the link. And if anybody else wants to come up and hang out too, I'll drop the link. Just let me know. I don't know how to pin it or do any of that shit, but also the chat isn't scrolling so fast to where it'll be relevant anyway. So just wanting to kill time and give people some shit to listen to and, hang out, have our own little corner of jokes and stuff. So I did the whole video editing. And when I say video editing, it's literally just cutting clips and doing all that stuff. That was all found footage that I was able to pull together from YouTube. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to do that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more of that. We got another song almost done. I might, high emphasis on might, show you guys the rough track to that at the end of this stream if you guys want. If not, I'll just let it go till we have it complete. It's up to you guys. All right, getting back to what I was doing. Death Mask. All right. Whoever wears it can see a slightly different world through its staring eye holes. And when the mask is removed, the different world is the true one. Harmonica virgins. I can't even say that phrase without laughing. It's so stupid. Oh, what's the problem now? Okay, there we go. Defection. He brought nothing with him except what was in his head. And that was enough. Virginity gang. Hilarious. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Just as a side note, you guys are the best on the internet. Not to get too Talcottian on you guys. No, lovely brother. Stupid. Republicans. If the Republicans will stop telling lies about the Democrats, we will stop telling the truth about them. Adlai Stevenson. Volunteer aid kind of reminds me of the White Helmets psyop, because I know for a fact if I were getting dragged out of a car that was on fire, I'd be a little bit more fucked up than this. But obviously, they can't. Well, actually, no. There's some pretty graphic images in this card deck. So, yeah, she's got the figure of that motherfucker ain't real airplane girl. Head in a jar. Tobacco companies, they're trying to if tobacco was really that bad, do you think they'd be telling us that it was killing us? It's the double reversal psyop. Yeah, here we go. The Fnord Motor Company Carriages without horses shall go, and accidents will fill the world with woe. Mother Shipton, 1488 to 1561. That's very funny. Let's see if there's any more to it. Everybody subsidizes Detroit. As its action, this group can re-roll. Okay, yeah. So that's the phrase for the Fnord Motor Company. It's yeah, so much nuance to the. Oh my god! All right, you guys, give me 1 second to see what Penny's barking at, and I'll be right back. She hates cats. I think she just hates the local stray cats because they get to wander around outside in the cul-de-sac and she doesn't because she's an absolute menace to society. Sorry about that. Actually, yes, now that you mention that, yeah, exactly. That's a good catch, too. Dude would bike and take buses for years just to bomb someone. The Spear of Longinus. I'm pretty sure I'm botching that phrase, but it literally is. Oh, well, it was the spear held by this guy that pierced the side of Jesus. So, you know what? I'm not really that mad about botching his name. Wait, hold on. I need to hear more about how Ted K hated toilets because that's really funny. That would be something that I would want to dig into as far as like the whole anti-technology trope, because like we opened on this stream, technology is levers. Technology is a pulley system. Technology is strapping a rock to a stick and bonking your neighbor, right? Technology is more than just our current state of things. So that's funny. Sorry, I'm trying to be a better host. Rogue Boomer. So when I first saw this card reminded me of, oh man, I forget his name. He was the senator of Arizona for a time. He died during the Trump presidency, and he got cancer all over his face. He had like a golf ball that looks like it was stuck inside his mouth all the time. I wish I could remember his name. His daughter is now in Congress or something. She's some fat whale of a bitch. If that narrows it down, probably not. Religious Reich. I wish there was a caption for this one. It would be funny. But as you can see, he's holding the Holy Bible, which I'm guessing is the 66 books of the Bible version, the Protestant style version. Sweepstakes prize. You may have already won. Man, this was an era. I remember going down to the mailbox and seeing this as a child and running to my parents like, what's going on? It was not as bad as the. No, I'm joking. There was never any sort of. I my dad was a party pooper and didn't care to let me know that Santa wasn't real. So I was gonna try and make a joke there, but earthquake projector. Oh yeah, dude. Yes, exactly. Those McDonald's stickers uh, for the Monopoly stuff, man. That was that was an era. Oh yeah. Okay, we're good. Poison. Come on, load. There we go. Stonehenge. Power is 33. Moral minority. Now, if you notice, it is funny that they try and again Discordian magic. They're going to shift arguments of making it a minority group. However, in the other card, they project it to seem like it is a majority belief system, which is fun. Semi-conscious liberation army. It's like the low level woke lulberts basically. That's cool. Nice. I didn't even know McDonald's was still doing that. That's cool. Congratulations. Better than Arby's parking lot. Oh, shit. Funny. I agree. Stonehenge is wildly underwhelming. Metric system. Kilograms are bigger than pounds, but kiloliters are smaller than hours, and your meters have to be in meters. Excellent. Great. United Nations. Terrorist nuke. An all-time classic. Take it in, folks. Enjoy it. Appreciate it. This being September the 14th, I am 3 days late, but Carol Baskins did 911.com. Sorry, let me say it with the proper accent. There we go. Carol Baskins did 911.com. There we go. Solidarity. We must all hang together, or assuredly, we shall all hang separately. Unironically, do believe this. Oh yeah, no, this was made in the 90s. That's why it is used or referenced in different conspiracy circles. A lot of these cards as predictive programming. So that's why it is fascinating. But like I say, in my opinion, it's Discordian magic. Now, that doesn't mean that Steven Jackson, I believe, is the name of the creator of this deck. He may have been privy to some sort of plans, considering the towers did fall 33 years after they were opened. So there had to have been some sort of pre-planning for it to fall eventually. And if you're in the right circles, that's, you're probably privy to it. So just because some cards do accurately predict the future, it's got to be that Discordian type magic, the pissed on breadcrumbs. The Necronomicon. Creepy old book. I thought it was just a story. but it's real. No, it touched me. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, let's go back. Yeah, this one's he's only got a little bit of melanin in that one. Not progressive enough. Another good classic. Albino Negro. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. This is another one of those cards. If you troll the conspiracy realms, you'll see people refer to this card as well because of psyops. Phone freaks, which we're all basically at this point, right? Hackers. I appreciate this artwork because it's just it. This is pinnacle 90s cartoon artwork. It's and I do get why some people hate it because it's slightly corny, but at the same time, it drove the point home in my opinion. Gummo. I thought Eraserhead or what else? Who was the singer of that? Was it Static X that had the singer that had his hair just like completely gelled straight up? I can't remember. There's so many people that look like this guy. That's why there's another card that looks like Julian Assange. That was the CIA or the I don't remember. We'll find it. Didn't we already go over United Nations? Oh no, I must have uploaded that twice. The military industrial complex. He's got literally a triangle hat. Fidel Castro. Nobody's ever known exactly what Fidel was up to, except for the CIA. Partition. Payoff. Dentists. You're not doing anything this week, Senator. Those wisdom teeth have to come out right now. Which means he's probably going to get lobotomized and reprogrammed to be a better congressman or senator. Ooh, this one's good. I love this one. Reformed Church of Satan. Bingo. Every Friday. And it's like, it's drawn so weirdly that you could, if you were to, get QAnon with it, say that, oh, this is supposed to look like slices of pizza, right? Because it's a circle and it's sliced up. And I'm getting too Jason Bashir's with my accents. But yeah, you can see the Satan face in there, the weird dots and stuff. Oh, so these, yes. No, this was, this is an old set of cards. Somebody might have reprinted it. I can't confirm 100% that these were actually the old cards, but I talked to the guy that sold them to me for a fairly long time. Not like extended conversation, but like enough to be able to like flesh out whether or not these were legitimate cards. There's also an assassin booster deck that I could have gotten, but I think 220 cards or whatever I have is sufficient. It's that's funny. All right. Center for Weird Studies. Home of the High Energy Cheese Lab, the Boson Control Project, and other things they don't teach in physics class. Let's see. Is there anything in the background worth noting? We see something saying Rick. We see Harris 1001,001. Maybe that's in reference to Futurama, where Bender is able to chant out a code to go back in time. Who knows? Junk bonds. It's not the principle of the thing, it's the money. Shout out to word puns. As a concept, there is no actual word puns YouTube page, even though that would be hilarious. Exposed. Got a lot of that shit going on. Project Veritas prediction, maybe. Considering, actually, let me dive into this for a second. The whole Project Veritas bullshit, where he was touted as a trustworthy figure, and then he goes off and does his own kind of gay song and literal song and dance type shit. And you can see here, even as this guy's being exposed, this man's confirming who he's working for. Watch them scatter like cockroaches. I didn't know it was a Clutch song. That's interesting. I might have to look into the lyrics of that. I think it was 1001,001. So not quite the... Thank you, Tranquil. My binary isn't that fluent. Early warning. No real esoteric imagery in that one, but you get it. Media sensation. Science fiction fans. Hilarious. This entire scene is just great. Deep Agent. This was one of the Julian Assange type cards. I think there was another one that other people allege looked like Julian Assange. I would say this one looks most like him. I believe there's like a fake your death card or something similar to it that looks also like him, and that's tapping into the chaos magic angle. Charismatic leaders, blood, toil, tears, and sweat. Gun lobby, which it is really fucking frustrating that like the gun lobby as a whole, the NRA, all these different people talk about. That's funny. Yeah, no, that would be. I'm gonna have to go back and pull that image and throw his head onto that just to see if I can get him to spurg. But gun lobbies are the worst. They're the antithesis to actual gun rights. Gun Club. I actually haven't heard of that band. I'm going to have to look that up. Thank you, man. Anybody has music references or any sort of shit to drop in chat that you think I might be interested, drop it whenever. That way I can, go back and take notes on stuff, because I'm never going to stop trying to learn different things. And I love music in general. And if I can find new bands or things to obsess over, I'm a fan. Yeah, see, I thought, I might have fucked up all these. I thought we had no, that was, oh well, whatever. Reign of Frogs. Nobel Peace Prize, which is a great card considering every Nobel Peace Prize winner has been a piece of shit, bar none. Gordo Remora. Who was, I forget, there was another guy that his name started with a G. Geraldo Rivera. That's right. That's what this was in reference to. Thank you. My brain finally figured it out. I haven't. I sorry. Okay. I haven't worked with Russians before, but I do really wish that you had said worst with the German phrasing, because then it would be a hilarious like World War II pun, having them go at it against each other. But next up on Gordo, people who believe in conspiracies. Are they nuts or just too stupid to live? You decide. Black activists, Hubble trouble. These days, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to be a rocket scientist. David Letterman. And that really just does sum up everything you need to know, doesn't it? Save the whales. American Auto Duel Association. Shout out to Twisted Metal, one of the greatest games ever created. And that movie remake can eat shit. I'm never going to watch it. George the Janitor. Now, this one, if anybody in the chat has an idea of who this looks like, I'm open to suggestions. Yo, what up, Provo? Good to see you here, sir. Thank you for stopping in. Hope you stay a while, talk some shit, make some fun of these cards. We're having a blast. Let's see what everybody else is saying. I'm working with this. How can somebody who does bounty hunting be a bitch? I want to know, is he just like cranky all the time, or is he like an actual like baby back bitch and is not willing to actually do what needs to be done? Because if that's the case, like, why even have a person holding that job, right? There we go. Yep. This one's the one we're running with. It is Anderson Cooper. Cooper and the Pooper. That's why he's got the mop to clean out the shit. Flat Earthers. People laugh, but the Flat Earthers know something. If anybody is in this back alley of the internet, let me know. If you have another idea, I'm open to it. It's all, it's hilarious to make fun of these cards and just have a good time. So every opinion and joke will be read as long as I'm not stupid enough to miss them. This is a funny one because, right, everybody gets it. The second level to trutherism is the whole flat Earth stuff. Right, you start out a normie, then you believe that there's the Earth is flat, and then you start getting into the nuance, and then you realize it's one, maybe not, but two, ultimately irrelevant what the shape of the Earth is. Global warming. How about some nice beachfront property in Kansas? That would definitely improve Kansas. Yeah, there's you'll notice there's what's the way? How do I phrase it? There's themes throughout this deck, and it is good to it hammers points home as far as different topics go, but it also does kind of show the what's the word I'm looking for, that there is some sort of actual gameplay that goes into this card game, because there wouldn't be a point to having this deck if it was meaningless. Here we go. This was the Julian Assange card that was getting really popular when he got arrested. And there was that like iconic image of him in the back of the card. I think he gave like the peace sign or whatever, like he was gonna be all right or whatever. But this was the one that I remember years back. They were all saying this looks like Julian Assange. Kind of, sort of, not really. The only thing I care about is that triangle. Bill Clinton. So this card correlates with obviously the Hillary Clinton card, which we'll get to somewhere in here. But if you notice the collar with the rope, the Hillary Clinton card, she's holding the leash. Bimbo at 11. Kind of ironic that this is the next card that I took a picture of after the Bill Clinton card. See? Oh, I must have finished that section. All right. Next one. Yeah. A lot of different overlapping themes. Come on, load. Laptop, please. We're almost there. Let's try refreshing this. All right. Okay. There we go. Meteor strike. MI5. The British intelligence agencies have been hiding things in plain sight since the First World War, at least. Lab explosion. The entire explosion is a triangle. That's how you know the Illuminati is involved in it. England. Though England's power is reduced today, her influence is still felt everywhere. And so, again, there's different types of cards, government, and then these minor topics. I really should actually figure out how to play this game. Warehouse 23. Now, anybody who's been in conspiracy stuff for a while knows that 23 is also a, interesting number, like 33, just in different ways. There was the number 23 that was the main actor, and that was Jim Carrey. People have argued that after that movie was when he really fell off the rails, because he's very much a what's the type of actor? I forget the phrase, but when they get really heavily involved into a character, they cycle gangs. Hordes of bikers are rampaging and looting, adding to the destruction. So this is one of those chaos cards. Druids in the house. Multinational oil companies. Recording industry. That reminds me. There's also a backmasking card in here as well. So, there's in the whole music industry, they make it a point to hit all the high notes for every conspiracy angle. Read my lips. No new taxes. Who said that? I forget. I'm literally asking. But I know some politician said that. A public figure appears on national TV and talks his way out of everything. Girly magazines. Crop circles. The ritual runes, each hundreds of yards across, appeared in a single night. focusing their power on the key lines all across England. Shout out to ley lines and mystical geometrical things. Flying saucer. Damn it. There was a card. I guess it was one of the Fnord cards that looked very similar to this flying saucer card. And it might come up later, but in my opinion, it was in an attempt to kind of draw that correlation between these types of vehicles and the Fnord types of vehicles. School prayer. On the count of 3, we'll all forget everything else we're doing and run around bleeding. Ready? 1, 2. Volcano. Market manipulation. Is there a caption? No. The corporate masters. Now this one, the outfit reminds me of what superhero was it? Was it Shazam? No, it was the other version of it, the DC version. They made a new movie about it, a recreation, but it's not really relevant. Ketchup is a vegetable. Infiltrating government positions, your agents have deliberately announced stupid policies, undermining public trust. 23 varieties. And yeah, it is, there we go. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it does look very much like Joker. Oh. Interesting. I do wonder sometimes if there's certain colors or, I don't know, shapes, for lack of a better term, that trigger certain base level emotions, like almost primal emotions, the same way I would argue iconography is meant to, is to, evoke a certain thought process or focus your mind onto a certain topic. Well, there's like booster decks that they sell, like Pokemon cards, basically for like 10 or 12 cards at a time. You can do those. The whole deck that I got was, what was it, like $200? So it might have been overpriced. I might have got Jude, but I'm fairly happy with my purchase, considering the endless amount of joy I get out of it. it is EBT. Oh, that's funny. A brief attack of conscience. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the world and lose his own soul? Take the money and run. Money is the root of all evil, and man needs roots. Shout out to Roots. Weather satellite. Book of Kells. Hidden City. Las Vegas. Paranoids. OPEC. Hammer of Thor. Xanadu. It is a place, or does it exist only in virtual reality? No one knows. Xanadu is the ultimate vacation spot where all desires are fulfilled. Once one of your servants has visited Xanadu. He'll be loyal forever, just for the chance to go back. Now, this is something that I find extremely fascinating. Why, my captive audience, you ask? I'll tell you. So, in my opinion, this is referenced to the old assassins style. Like if you go back into the lore of the Illuminati, if you trace it back far enough, it goes back to some random Muslim guy who would basically get his new initiates completely stoned off their asses with hashish to a point where they ended up passing out. And during that time where they were passed out, it was in the middle of some big, celebratory moment because this person is joining the assassins, the ancient assassins. He passes out in this time where the new initiate is passed out. They carry him into the leader's garden, where he then awakes to believe that he has been transported into paradise and he is experiencing a dream sequence. There's women everywhere. There's fruits and vegetables everywhere. Endless beauty of flowers and birds and butterflies all over the place. And the women there will tell the new initiate, this is your glimpse into the afterlife. If you stay loyal to the assassin god, this is what you will get for your loyalty. Now, all the way along, it was smoke and mirrors, but if you can get them to just be completely blown out of their mind on hash, you do it to them again, they pass out. Put him back into the assassin's temple, where he then wakes up believing he had a vision and is now convinced beyond all reason that the ancient assassin is a god and can grant him the ability to ascend to the afterlife, which is what this is referring to. Saturday morning cartoons. Shout out to Saturday morning cartoons. Dragon Ball Z being the best cartoon series of all time. I'll fight anybody on it. Or Ed, Edd, and Eddy. Those are my two favorites. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that choice. Top two, Dragon Ball Z and Ed, Edd, and Eddy. Slush Fund. Secular Humanists. This is a great card. This is exactly what you should think. Oh yeah, let me let you know what the StreamYard is. I'll drop that real quick. Earthquake. New World Order, Australian rules. Shout out to Nana. Peace in our time. Orbital mind control lasers. Fratricide. Remember, defeat is worse than death because you have to live with defeat. Aussie rules are the best rules. I remember the first time I got to watch the State of Origin rugby matches. Oh, I didn't know they can get so feral. Dolphins. The whole lore about dolphins being fed acid or all sorts of stuff to be able to speak to them because scientists are absolutely insane. We got Al Gore in the house. We got NASA, which again, brilliant card. Just excellent. What up, JG? How you doing, bro? Can you
Yeah,
hear
I'm
me?
homeless. I'm homeless, man. Don't beat me up.
No, I'll make an exception. I appreciate you hanging out, man. It's good having you around. And any take that you want to add into any of these cards, you're more than welcome to chime in. Fiendish Floridators we got here. Madison Avenue. It is morally wrong to allow suckers to keep their money. Canada Bill Jones. Sniper. Wall Street. Yeah, see, this is why I had to speed run these because some of them are good, but some of them are. This one, what's the? I forget what's that movie reference to Vietnam? Full Metal Jacket. That's kind of what this guy looks like to me. Bank merger. We got which is actually really interesting if you look at. Well, this one is cent, dollar. Don't know this symbol, but I'm assuming this one is Chinese, which makes you wonder what this one is. It's, let me pause this so far. So, JG, did you were you just messing around, or did you did you know that this was a card game that was made back in the 90s?
Yeah, I mean, you said it was the '90s. When I saw the Twin Tower, when I saw that one card, yeah, I thought it was like I did a second thought on it. I was like, oh, is it the 2000s? You know, after 9/11.
Yeah, it's yeah, it was a card. We will get eventually. There's a Pentagon card as well. But yeah, these were made, I believe, in the early 90s. I think like 92, maybe actually 1990 flat, if I'm wrong. But yeah, it is. It's fascinating. In the same way, there's like the Simpsons predictions and stuff. There's everybody's got some sort of predictive programming, right?
Yeah, insider knowledge. What's the goal of these cards? Like, why did they put these out?
Um, I don't think there was really an expressed purpose. At least I haven't seen any sort of like interview from Steven Jackson about why he made them. I think it was just in that time in the 90s, there was, I don't know how to explain it. It felt like there was a bit of a disillusionment moment happening. Like there was the grunge movement. So it was, in a cyclical fashion, it was trendy at that time to be anti mainstream. And I think it was a way to kind of prime the pump of modern day conspiracy minded or just informed people, because yeah, it is just so bizarre that there are these cards that do obviously predict future events, but how do we know that they weren't just informed, right? It's very weird, and that's why I don't have very many answers as far as why the
Yeah,
cars are made. But it's something that I like holding on to. Let's see. Yeah, see, like for example, I have it's almost like it's a mixture of Trivial Pursuit and conspiratard stuff because I have no idea who this broad is. But this is funny considering current events. I should probably be reading them out loud again. I keep on forgetting. All right, we got lawyers.
do you think the Maui fires? Do you think that was intentionally started? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
It's interesting. Like, I mean, I think it very well likely was intentional. However, I don't think that the argument that a lot of people make about it being directed energy weapons and stuff like that is good, because I could just take a gas can and wander down the street to like some random building and use that, and it'll be just as effective as a directed energy weapon, right? And because like we did see the whole The Rock and Oprah, and there's everybody trying to buy up property, so it's not surprising that the rich are going to try and take advantage of that kind of situation. But then again, they are living on a literal volcano. So it's like, for the same reason, like you can make the argument, New Orleans, when that flooded back in the day, and when Kanye was standing next to Bush saying, George Bush doesn't care about black people. Like,
Yeah, on VH1, classic.
yeah. Like, okay, it could have been orchestrated.
No, it was him
Very
and Michael
possibly.
Myers. It was Michael Myers and
It
Kanye.
was. You're right. Yeah. That's even better. Yeah, oh man. And the look on his face, you could see the color leave his face. He was like, "Oh, I'm so fucked."
Yeah, I saw a video that they're saying a transformer blew up, and that's what started the fire.
Interesting.
There's a video of this transformer blowing up in like this neighborhood, but who knows, man?
Right. Because then it's just kind of like moving the problem back a step. Like, how did the transformer explode? Is the transformer in reference to Transformers? Right? If we're gonna do like the conspiracy, is it meant to be like a double entendre reference to other topics?
Yup.
Yeah. We got the BATF. The badass ATF, I guess, since he's looking like the Punisher over here. And that's got to obviously be the Branch Davidian house, since there's pictures back in the day of the ATF standing in front of the smoldering building where they killed women and children by driving a tank into the building and then blasting them. You remember that? Did you ever see the clips of the ATF when they took down the Branch Davidians?
Yup.
Nice. Yeah. Crazy. We got Air Magic. Stan Stoffel. And this is, obviously some sort of reference to some sort of conspiracy, but that's why it's, chaos magic. You can't quite put your finger on what it's referring to, but then you got, the pedo spiral here, right? QAnons are going to freak out about that and say that Q predicted this. And then they got the quote down here, show me a sane man and I will cure him for you. Is that something that fucking Benton quotes all the time? I swear I hear him say stupid shit like that all the time. family values. We have the previous reference to the Franken food over here. Gay activists. Margaret Thatcher. Oh man.
Look how small. Look how small her face is compared to everything else.
Yeah, right? Like this forehead is like 2/3 of her entire face. It's just
Dude, her fucking neck.
right. It starts way over here. You can see like a lump back here. It's not a tumor. All right, so that's stack 4. Let's move over to stack 5. Come on. Oh no, I think I might be freezing up. I got the Ring of Death. Okay, here we go. I love this art, man. It's I don't know. Maybe it's nostalgia. I don't know, but it's just hilarious.
That's salty siren right there.
They didn't get the lazy eye
That's your
correct,
sister, man. That's your little sister right there.
Nice.
Nice tits, sis.
Oh no, we got it frozen again. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm operating on shoestring laptops. And plus, where are we at? Oh, everything's not responding. Damn. Okay, I think we're back. Sorry. I had a moment where everything froze. We got Flower Power. No good commentary on that one. This one was I can't remember. Oh, do you remember there was the guy who lit himself on fire outside the White House?
Yeah.
That's I remember, I think it was Richie from Boston actually referred to this card when that happened back in the day, because that was such a bizarre event. Like I've seen self-immolation videos before, but that one was just extremely bizarre. We got the feminist bra burning card.
What's it say here?
Yeah, some of them just like it does kind of suck. This one doesn't have like a good caption on it. It's just like a description of how to use the card. Teflon coating, no good caption, but there's this one, and then there's another like politician card that people try and make arguments could be a reference to Trump or I don't know. Cold Fusion. Loan Sharks. Here we go. It's Wednesday. Where's my $6,000?
Yeah.
Hurricane. Exorcism. Just because everything is different doesn't mean anything has changed. Interesting. The Bronze Head. Its first recorded owner was Roger Bacon. He said it foretold the future. It does that and much more. I don't know if you've... I've never heard of the Bronze Head as far as conspiracy goes or anything. Do you know anything about it?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm going to skip it. See, yeah, some of these are just... Well, this one's pretty blatant about what it's talking about. International cocaine smugglers. And then we got Jurassic Park here.
I think that was Tim Allen getting shot.
Yes. Yeah, because he got arrested, didn't he, back in the day?
Yeah, he was pretty big time selling cocaine.
That's right. I couldn't remember what his arrest was for. Yeah, he was a big cokehead. He loved it. Good call. All right, we got dinosaurs, the Hand of Madness, which this one just reminds me of the D12 World album cover. You remember that one?
You said D12, yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of their album cover. We got the Midas Mill. I don't know which submarine this was, but is again one of those chaos magic type things where the richest people recently went down into a submarine and then the sub got destroyed, leaving all the riches, the people that were the rich ones at the bottom. So that's the chaos magic in the cards.
You think it was theater?
You know, I'd like to think that it was actually real. I would like to think that those rich people actually did get crushed down to an atomic level, and I hope that just for entertainment purposes. But yeah, it's very unlikely that it was real. Unfortunately, we'll never know, will we? Brushfire War. I'm guessing this was I missed. Yeah, never mind. Yes, here we go. Shout out to Jew Burger. Privatization burgers are. Anarchists unite. Anarchy. It's not the law. It's just a good idea. Oh, and here's the other nuclear card. We got the nuclear accident in reference to 3 Mile Island, which, excuse me, JG, did you ever watch any videos from Galen Winsor?
Nope.
He's, I think you'd be into it. It's, he's kind of a goofy boomer, or well, he was kind of a goofy boomer, but basically, this guy Galen Winsor, as far as the story goes, and it seems fairly convincing to me, he was an incredible engineer. And he was the man who designed the nuclear plants of, I want to say, roughly
Pennsylvania?
5. Huh?
No, I'm saying Pennsylvania, East Coast.
He might have been. Well, he designed like 5 different nuclear plants setups, and so basically, once he saw the whole, I guess, crackdown of nuclear power, he started getting incredibly angry about how they were putting regulations on nuclear power, because his argument was that nuclear power is actually the safest way to create energy. And he, in his interviews, talked about how him and his friends would, toss around uranium bars, and joke around, and they had no problem handling uranium without any sort of protection. And then once regulations started coming in to nuclear energy, he decided to push back in his own little rebellious ways. For example, because he was kind of a country boy, one of the things that he said he used to do is he would every day go and swim in the runoff water of the nuclear power plant. And once they stopped him from being able to go and take a dip in the runoff water, he decided, okay, well, if you guys aren't going to let me swim in it, I'm going to go there and just take a empty plastic bottle and fill it up with that runoff water, and I'm going to use that to drink throughout the day, just to prove that nuclear energy is safe. And not only did he do that, but while he was on his nationwide tour to try and convince people that nuclear power wasn't scary, and he actually did a very good breakdown of how 3 Mile Island was a planned destruction. They intentionally drained the water out of the power plants so that the nuclear reactors would overheat and cause a meltdown. And he goes through that step by step to show it. But to go back to what his last like tours through the country, he had his own private little bar of uranium that he would take on tour with him, and he would use the little radon scanner and it would do the crackle type effect on it to kind of prove, this is uranium. He would take it out of its metal tube, hold it, show it to the crowd, and then put it back in the tube. And the way that uranium is structured atomically, it makes it to where it kind of flakes fairly easily, the same way that either lead or graphite does. If you hold either of those things, you're going to get that kind of dust on your hand, So he would show the crowd the palm of his hand and say like, hey, normally if I were at a nuclear power plant, this would be considered a giant radiation contamination problem. And normally you would want to make sure that you had a proper receptacle to get rid of this nuclear radiation. After saying that, he would then lick his hand and just swallow the dust of uranium that he had on his hand, and then ask the crowd, now, do you think that was a good way to get rid of the uranium? General consensus would be probably not. And yet this dude was on tour doing that same bit for like 2 years and ended up at the end of his life dying somewhere around like 85, 86 years old of just natural causes. So yeah, it's a.
I don't know, man. He lucked out.
Yeah, he just must have had the right diet to balance out all the alchemy. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this was the Pentagon card that I was telling you about. Check that shit out. So again,
yeah, I mean, dude, that's a sign right there. It's been planned, man.
Right. It has to be. It's, it is so blatantly obvious that, the towers and the Pentagon were orchestrated attacks, right? Yo, what's up, VC? Good to see you, bro. But yeah, this, again, these cards were made back in the 90s, and yet we have what, in 2001 is an obviously similar image. And then we got the power resistance all the way cranked up to 6.
What do you think is going to happen next? Like, what have you seen?
As far as like future events for the nation?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm mostly looking at the election cycle. I think, obviously everybody is, right? Because that's the most current upcoming thing. And in my opinion, I think that it's just going to result in further division of the nation. I'm of the belief that we won't have an election. And if we do have an election, it'll be so contested that it will drive us into the civil war, that everybody's been predicting. Yo, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
Yo, what's up?
But yeah, that's my prediction as far as next upcoming things. Like I don't see there being any sort of good resolution to this upcoming election, because we've already had the Trump election, which was contested by the left, and there was election tampering, no matter what any sort of right-wing person wants to claim that, Trump won by a landslide because all the quiet majority was speaking out for, or whatever. Get fucked. It's orchestrated the same way. In this next election cycle, it was Biden, so that the right could make a claim of election fraud. So that's 2 strikes of election fraud. Nobody in America trusts that the election process is trustworthy. So, I mean, I might be an outlier. I'll let you guys give your thoughts, VC or JG. Both of you guys. I'll just scroll through the cards to continue the speed run. Let me know what your thoughts are on the upcoming election and all the chaos and shit.
Oh, so you don't really have these cards? Are you just going through like images?
No, I do. These are all, I uploaded all these images myself. So
Shit.
yeah, I bought this deck. So do you remember a few years back when EBT and CBO did their 420 stream going through this?
Maybe. I mean, I can't. I'm not sure.
Yes. No worries. That was I had bought this deck back then, and I told them that I had bought it and wanted to basically upload all these images because I anytime that I would try to go and find a collection of these cards, I could never find a full collection. So I just figured, like, why not make an opportunity for like anybody that actually wants to see the entire deck without having to drop the money on it, at least make that accessible to them. So they did like a whole 4-hour 20 stream on 420, which was hilarious, and they went through it. So I'm trying to do a little more slimmed down skimming of these.
No way. So did you actually end up getting like the entire deck?
I'm short maybe 20 cards of like the expanded deck. There's like an Assassin's booster deck of like 20 cards that I don't have. But as far as like the basic deck goes, which is about 200 cards, I have.
Oh, okay, damn. And so okay, so it's one of those games or whatever where there's like expansions.
Correct. There haven't been like any new expansions since the 90s.
Oh.
But there was like they tried to do like a revamped modern Illuminati card game that I think they did after 2001, and I might be wrong on that, but I do know that they tried to do like a revamped version of this, but this is the original deck basically.
Damn. Have you looked on eBay? Like, can you still get this like on eBay or whatever?
Oh yeah, no, that's where I bought it from. Was there was a guy on eBay that was that I had spoke to. I messaged him back and forth, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm selling this set for this amount." And he was actually, if I had more money, I would have bought the Assassin deck at the time. But I was just like, I'm already spending like $200 on this.
Yeah.
And I'm happy enough just having like the basic deck, right? I
Yo,
don't need
for sure. Damn. And what's it really called? It's not really called the Illuminati card game, is it?
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely the Illuminati New World Order card game.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yo, like the one you were showing like the couple cards ago, it was like the crackdown on crime or whatever. Yeah, what the fuck is that? Like, it just looks like Trump.
Yeah, it's it, but like it's funny because these type of cards are gonna always be relevant, right? Back in the 90s, we had just gotten done with the Reagan era, right? The say no to drugs era.
Yeah.
Everybody was cracking down on crime then.
Jeez.
And Yeah. So one of the points that EBT actually made when they had originally done the Illuminati stream for these cards, he made it a point to talk about Discordian magic and how Steven Jackson, excuse me, is a big time Discordian magician. His whole background is that, and that's why these cards, I guess, can be evergreen. I guess it's a constant type of conspiracy topic. I guess.
Hmm.
Like there was there was a I don't know if you saw it earlier, but earlier in the stream, there's a card that's just titled Quarantine.
Oh shit.
And yeah, and in the background, there's just body bags with toe tags, a needle, and some other stuff. There's another card in this deck, I believe, called Preppers. And when we get to that card, you'll see that one of the things stacked behind the character is toilet paper.
No, dude, what the fuck, dude? Yo, that's so fucked. Okay, and look at that shit.
Right.
Yo, what's the next one? What was the next one? Like, what the fuck? Okay. Yo, I had this thought today. It's kind of along the lines of what you're doing right now. Like I had this a thought about, you have all these like futuristic movies that like came out, let's say like the decades ago. Like you got like the old Blade Runner, you've got like I don't fucking know, like Tron,
Right.
like Apocalypse, not Apocalypse, but yeah, like all these like type of like future movies, right? And then it's like we're moving toward that. And so, as like a kid, you think, oh, like this is just this futuristic fantasy, blah, blah, blah. And then all that shit starts to play out, right? And so now I'm like these ideas, like as a kid, you're almost like, okay, these like fantasy movies, like how did they ever think of these concepts? But now it's like, wait a minute, like it's just like all been like a fucking predictive programming plan all along. Like it's kind of crazy, but at the same time, it's like, when you start to like, you see an idea, and then when you start to realize like that the idea, no matter what it is, a movie, a song, it's not entirely original. You just start to be like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's just all like manufactured. Like, as a kid, you think it's all just like a fantasy. And then you're like, no, like this is like a reality that's starting to be like, people are trying to manifest it and bring it forth. And there's a reason that all these movies seem like they're coming true, because like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, you're nailing it, dude. There was what was that recent movie? It was basically a tilt on the theme of the most dangerous game, but it was like the right wing is being hunted by the elites. I forget the name of the fucking movie, but in that movie there was a scene where all these the right wing conservative people that are being hunted by the elites are having this moment where the elites, do their 007 bad guy explanation of why I do all this stuff, right? And this broad is telling them, you guys all swore that we were pedophiles. You guys all swore that we were Satan worshipers and all these different things, and we never did any of that. But you guys swore up and down about all this stuff, so we just decided we're going to do it. And it's like, what a bullshit reversal.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh, that's what they say. We just decided we're going to do. Yo, what movie was that? That's fucking weird. That's where like, that's when you like see a movie, you see that shit and you're like, it's almost like disgusting. It's like, I don't even know what to say. Like, that's just the most like disgusting type of like manipulative media.
Right. Textbook gaslighting.
Yeah. Oh man, that reminds me of something I saw like that recently. Oh yeah, it was like this PBS like PBS like news segment or whatever of like it like a really overweight, obese woman from like the South. And it was like a little like 10 or 11 minute documentary or whatever on PBS of this Southern like fat woman, and she's like, I used to be in the conspiracy theories, and now I finally the what I was, the spell I was under. And I'm like, yeah, and then they're using like the keywords like, yeah, I was subject to disinformation. And I'm just like, dude, these buzzwords it's like the same sort of disgusting gaslighting. Like when people use those fucking words, like now that's disinfo. It's like, dude, that is some 1984 like mind control words.
Right. It's like no, I completely agree. It's I wish I could remember because I'm fairly confident I remember who you're talking about. It was probably one of those women that was like part of some sort of nonprofit that's gonna feed some impoverished country somewhere, even though she's fat as shit.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
I'm actually pretty sure that South Park made a joke about who you're talking about, right?
I don't know. This was like a segment on this was covered by Pockets of the Future recently, actually.
Oh, okay. I gotta check back in. I haven't checked in on Pockets in a while.
Yeah. Yo, anyway, yeah, man. This like so anyway, like yeah, these cards are kind of going full circle. It's like crazy.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Look. You guys have the floor if you want to go off on some stuff. I'll play host and keep running the background cards so you can go for it.
I mean, you were talking earlier about like that. I can't even fathom the next election happening. Like I cannot. Like to me, like I don't know.
Right. No, it's because what are we supposed to expect at this point? Like every play has been done to a point where we now have Mexican aliens being portrayed in the news. Like we're scraping the bottom of the barrel as far as conspiracies are concerned.
What's the
right?
Mexican aliens?
Oh, dude. So literally like this alien that has been discovered in Mexico looks like that little alien from Men in Black. You remember when in the original Men no, not like the worms, that little guy that says like the galaxy is on Orion's belt.
Yeah, but wait, I don't pay attention to I haven't heard of this story.
Oh, let me give me a second. I'll pull up the image.
Yo, is this? Oh my god, they're really doing this shit.
Oh, yeah,
all this like UFO. I'm like, oh, dude, like they're really doing it. They're really doing this shit, dude.
There we go. Is it showing? Okay, it should be showing.
Journalist presents Mexican Congress with, dude, no, stop. Bro, get the fuck out of here. This is a troll. No, dude. And no. Dude, I can't take it.
Yeah, so that's what they're currently trying to roll out as shit that we have to be worried about at this point. So,
dude, wow. Holy shit. But yeah, I can't even imagine another like election. Like, oh, and the other thing is, and you never know like what kind of fucking game is being played, but like the mainstream media is now like starting to turn against Joe Biden and shit.
Right.
So it's like what is gonna? I honestly just can't think. Like, I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'll say it. Like I fucking used to love Trump, but then like when he lost the election, like it kind of woke me up in a new way. Like, wow, right. Like it really is like it really showed me another layer of the show. And I was like, oh my fucking God. Like, I was conned.
Right, because it was one of those things where it's like he swore up and down he was going to do all this, that, and the other, right? And it was the first time in our generation where there was actually a politician, non-politician, that was actually alleging they were going to go to bat for us. So it's
Yeah, no, for sure. And like, dude, I'm legit, bro. I was watching the inauguration on my phone live, and I was like, I recall, I was like, I legit was like, wow, any minute, like they're gonna fucking rush in and like arrest Joe Biden, dude. And like, and that's the thing is like, I remember months before the election, like these lefty people I knew just were like, oh yeah, at the end of the election, like Biden's gonna win and Trump's gonna get arrested. And so it was like they had both sides like just drooling, like this is gonna happen. And it's just like, wow, like that is some magic right there.
exactly. Just
Dude,
Project Blue
what
Ball.
the fuck?
Yeah, right? This was the one I was hoping we would come up on. Yeah.
Okay. I believe, I'm not saying you're lying, but like, are you sure these were printed in the 90s?
I promise.
Dude, this is fucked up. Dude,
Isn't it wild?
dude, what this card?
Right. Exactly. Like, yeah, anybody who understands, it's exactly what you think.
Dude, what the fuck?
Check out this fucking caption. I'm gonna read it out loud. Is this the secret meeting? Here you go, sir. Double cheese, pepperoni, anchovy, green olives, black olives, mushroom, and a microphone.
Dude, no. Like this, this is crazy on so many levels.
Right, because it is the the pizza idea, right? And then there was all the alleged codes for the toppings, right? But the fact that they emphasize at the end there was the microphone, it's all fucking blackmail.
Dude, this is just fucking nuts. Yo.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, even the titles of these cards, blinded by science. If we knew what we were doing, it wouldn't be research. Like, that's the pinnacle of where we're at right now. Nobody knows, no scientist knows what the fuck they're doing. They're just doing it for the sake of doing it.
No, 100%. That's what science is. Like, fuck. Dude, like, come on. Come on. Yo. Dude.
It never gets old. It's just like I'm so fucking retarded. I'll go like and just like if I have downtime every once in a while, I'll just go and like skim through these cards just to give myself a laugh. And like,
dude, yeah,
this is why I'm like I had to share this and make it like a proper stream because like people need to be able to appreciate this.
Yeah, like this is legit nuts, dude. Yo. I don't know. Oh, yeah, never mind. I thought something else, but gang war. What the fuck? That card was just fucked up. Like, is that Michelle Obama?
This one? Yeah. Likely.
Yeah. Well, I was listening to something earlier this week too that was talking about like, I don't know if it was just like a short on YouTube, but it was someone talking about, oh yeah, like the AI software is so sophisticated, like this can detect whether you're a male or female based on your bone structure. However, it has made some mistakes. Like, for example, it said Michelle Obama was a man.
Wow.
And that shit I believe because like that software and shit is pretty good at like, so like and they're like, oh well, it's near perfect, except it had some errors, and it's like, no, fuck, it's perfect. Michelle Obama is a man.
Appreciate you, Jessica. Yeah, sorry.
Yo, okay. Yo, these are crazy. And it's like, okay, so like there's the ones that we're like laughing at, and then there's the ones where we're like, well, at least for me, I'll speak for myself. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but it's like, well, we know in a year.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and this is that's why it's this weird Discordian magic, because like if somebody were to have seen this when the deck came out, they would probably associate the giant kudzu to like the old Godzilla movies, maybe, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But whenever the next psyop comes, somebody will probably be more focused on whatever this is, right?
That's
Or
yeah. Like what's like we're all aware of, what's happened so far, right? So that's that's like a great kind of thing to ponder, right? Is what's the next psyop?
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I'll never forget. I will never forget like watching, because I mean, I was a Trumper at the time. I was watching like the press conferences or press briefings or whatever, and they're all up there at the podium. Yeah, just like 2 weeks to slow the spread. I'll never forget that.
Mhm.
Like 2 weeks
Mhm.
to slow the spread or 10 days to slow the spread, and dude, and then like that at that moment, like I'm not saying I knew everything, I'm just saying like I knew something was up. Like this is such a fucking sham.
Exactly. And it's the thing is like we're I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention to like the current news cycle, but like they are definitely making plans to recycle the mask and lockdown stuff.
Dude, I was talking to someone about this recently. There was another like hold on one second. I want to say at the previous card, I was like, who the fuck is that? Like Ron DeSantis?
Yeah.
But
That might actually, dude, if Ron DeSantis actually beats out Trump in this, I'm gonna hammer this fucking card home as
yeah.
often. Yeah.
Fuck, what was I saying?
You were, you were talking about a little bit before the election, I think.
Oh no. Yeah, you were saying they're gonna recycle like the lockdowns and masks and stuff. Well,
Mhm.
it's I recently saw like an article about like the CDC or someone like approved like a new. Okay, hold on, wait a second. Did she die when this came out yet, or
Let me actually I'll talk about the other topic. I'm gonna compare notes real quick in the background so I can
okay?
figure out what. Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. So like I saw there was like a new booster approved or whatever. And then the other thing was like recently there was a CNN segment where they like freaking bashed Fauci, and they kind of like I don't know, how do you say, like he was being interviewed and they just pulled a fast one on him and they were just shitting on him, right? And it reminded me of before like the whole vax came out, where the news uh it was like going off about, oh, this is the Trump vax, like you shouldn't trust it. And I remember at the time all the liberal people around me were like outwardly being like, we're not getting that, I'm not getting that vaccine, I'm not getting that, or whatever. And then 2 weeks later, or so to speak, everyone is like, you better get it. And so I'm
Exactly.
wondering, so now I'm thinking, oh, are they doing that same pattern where first they're gonna like knock Fauci and shit on everything for like a couple weeks,
Oh yeah, they're gonna
right
do the
before
double reversal.
they pulled a slingshot back, and bam, like, yeah.
So check this out. Princess Diana died August 31st, 1997.
Yep.
Now, I was actually wrong on when the Illuminati card game was originally released. I'm going to share this tab, and I'm going to let you tell me your reaction.
All right. Holy shit.
Wild, right?
Yo. By occultist Steve Jackson. And now I don't really know. I don't know anything about Steve Jackson. Who's Steve Jackson?
He's a Discordian magician, basically.
What's Discordian magic?
Discordian magic is, what's the best way to describe it? Discordian magic is basically taking advantage of chaos and predictability of the world in a way where life is cyclical, right? You would argue empires rise and fall. Things are, may not repeat, but they rhyme, that kind of phrase. So taking advantage of the knowledge that things tend to repeat themselves because humans are somewhat predictable in their cycles of how they react to things.
Uh-huh.
You can plug in different types of what's the right phrase that I want to use? You can plug in types of either imagery, thoughts, phrases, etc., that are essentially evergreen. Like they're things that could be recycled in different eras, that are relevant for that era, but don't have to be specifically pointed to that moment. Like, for example, from a biblical perspective, the first time the abomination of desolation was ever referred to in the Bible was in the Maccabees. And in that first moment, it was when a pig was slaughtered upon the altar, and that was considered an abomination. There was a whole thing. There was a war, yada, yada, yada. Most people nowadays, when they hear the abomination of desolation, they think Revelation, right? And that's a basic kind of like summing up of how Discordian magic works, if that makes sense.
Huh. So you said it's like it's taking advantage of like the cyclic nature of life and reality.
Right.
Okay.
The predictable type of because like obviously people are fairly predictable, right? If you input X type of event, people are likely to react Y.
Yeah.
So that's that kind of mentality.
It's really weird. This photographer behind her with like it almost looks like the one eye.
Oh yeah, no. So one of the themes in this deck of cards is the triangles. That is intentional, and then this logo as well. That these two things are for sure intentional types of plugs into this deck of cards. You'll see references to that throughout the deck.
Wow. That looks like Milo Yiannopoulos.
Oh, that's funny. It does, huh?
Yeah.
And then we got the yeah. So like yeah, we got the triangle down here again.
MTV.
Yeah.
MTV.
Again, now that I have been corrected, this was not a deck that was made back in the 90s. It was made in 82.
Was MTV around in 82?
Let me pull that up. Let me see.
It's crazy. MTV. First
MTV video. When was the MTV first aired? MTV first started August 1st, 1981. So
Okay.
this, yeah, it's
Still,
not always predictive, but it's, in that middle ground, right? Where it can kind of jump back and forth.
still a trippy card.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of trippy,
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. That's funny. Yo, what the fuck? Next.
got the fucking boof.
Yo, what the fuck?
Hilarious.
It's like Jay Leno.
Yeah. Like back in the day when they had all those, we're going to save this, that, or whatever, but you got to call in and donate money.
Yeah. Holy shit.
The, what is it, Romeo and Juliet card?
Yeah.
Oh, this one's a funny one. Yeah.
Whoa. Liberal agenda. Like, what? These are just weird. Like, is that a tranny or what?
Yeah. It's a non-binary, if you will.
Dude. Yeah, these are
This-
very trippy cards.
This one, the caption's funny. Ha! You have been deceived by a clever duplicate. But we have the real thing.
Wow. Like, just.
Like, how much of the things that are presented to us are actually just fakes convincing us of an argument?
Yep. Yep. Stealing the plans.
Oh, here's the, there was a let's get organized, and this one's let's get really organized.
Wow. New Blood. Is that Sam Smith? California.
Oh, this one's fun.
God.
The caption says, "Boss, this secret society stuff is getting old. Can't we take a vacation or start a band or something?"
Yeah, that's what all these people are like. These rainbow people, like they look like this, and like I think a lot of them are just minions.
Oh yeah. And see, the wildest thing is like people always like quantum of conscience, for example, like he has to do this whole thing like, oh, if anybody was meeting behind in smoky rooms behind locked doors, that's just too complicated for it to be. Is like, okay, sure, yeah, obviously, but that doesn't mean that the entirety of our existence is fake. Like, we don't have to go from one extreme to another. We can just as easily say that these people, through the sheer nature of the views they align with, over time erode their morals and values to make themselves more pliable to whatever the most progressive moment, thought, or view is.
Yeah, they'll do anything to adapt to that metropolitan city lifestyle
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, professional sports.
Throw in the bag.
Dude, sports are fake. Sports
Yeah.
can't. Tax breaks.
Worldwide riots continue for a third week, with no sign of abatement. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's, because and for a card like this, like obviously, I would like for there to be upheaval in some points, right? Like we're beyond the pale at this point. There are so many problems that could be easily solved by just stringing a few politicians up by their necks from street lamps for all to see. It would solve so many things, and you would only have to do a handful of them.
And
And yet,
when I got in here and you were talking about, like, I don't know what the next thing would be, like, yeah, civil unrest, like, for sure. I mean, maybe I think it'll take just maybe a little more like economic downturn, but we're almost there. Like,
right. Well, but that is the fascinating thing. Like I saw recently, by comparison to what the Great Depression was, as far as the inflation, yada yada yada, compared to what we're currently sitting at as just like an everyday citizen, we are saddled with at least 5 to 7 times more debt percentage. I'm forgetting the words that I'm looking for, but basically, when the Great Depression happened, all the things that they were struggling from are mere molehills in comparison to our everyday suffering.
that's so wild. Whistleblowers. Is that Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, either that or one of Project Veritas's agents.
Yep. All these, like, I mean, I don't follow it, but I hear about like new figures every now and then that I think are just like you've got all these like conservative looking like plants, or it's like they're these really like good looking like blonde women, and it's like there's someone like making them. They are a product. That's not a real person.
Right. It's stagecraft.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This one's funny.
The auditor from hell.
Oh, this one's good. Yes. All right. The caption says, and every time they play it, the incantation repeats.
Jesus Christ. So I mean, yeah, that's what music is. It's hypnotism. At least like mainstream pop music.
Right.
Like when I don't know who it was, Cardi B had that song "Wet Ass Pussy" and everyone was going crazy. I mean, I myself was like, "Wow, yeah, this is like some nasty shit." But like that,
right.
Once you think about it, like there's been nasty shit like that in the radio. So when I was on the bus in like first grade, it's always been happening. It's always been happening. It's just the news version. All right. Hey, thanks for letting me on to chat. I'm gonna
Of course, bro. Always good having you up, man. I appreciate you stopping in.
Yo, thanks. Peace.
All right. Censorship. This isn't a freedom of speech issue. This is a decency issue. We're closing you down. Speaking of closing down, how far am I into this stuff? JG, thank you for hanging out with me still. Appreciate you being the anchor on this. Again, thank you for VC hanging out, shooting the shit with us. It was very, very fun. Let me drop that link in for anybody else that wants to shoot the shit. I see Illuminati in there. I see Rusty in there. Provo, still appreciate you hanging out. Let's get into that spitball news when you get a chance to in the future, because that'd be really fun. I want to make sure. Oh, I didn't. Sorry, I just checked the private chat, Tommy. I literally didn't know that you were here. Hold on, let me. Like I said, I'm gonna drop the link real quick if you want to. Anybody that wants to jump in. Everybody's welcome. We're just shooting the shit. Oh shit, Tommy's already back there. My bad, dude. How you doing, man?
Not bad. I just got my picture turned off because my pedo accuser gang is on my heels tonight, and I don't want to bring them here.
Who's the what hornet's nest have you stirred up recently now?
It's not recently; it's always been the the Linguini crew. It's a group of trolls called the Linguini something,
What the
and
fuck?
yeah, they heard the story about me dating that girl of that age that time, and they have latched on. They follow me around YouTube, making sure every
Who
chat knows that I'm a
who are the
predator
who are
killer.
the linguinites? I've never
They're
heard of.
like they're literally just a small band of trolls.
Hilarious. All right, so yeah, you're going to ride shotgun with me through the rest of these cards.
Uh, Probably I do have to go in a little bit. Do you
All
have
right.
this? Do you have this uh deck or this game?
Yes, yeah. One of my oldest videos, which isn't really all that old, I tried doing just like a like IRL, like I'm pulling all the cards out and putting them down onto the table so that people could see that they're real. But it was just they were just so bad that I'm just gonna do this because these are all I uploaded all these images myself. So these are all physical copies that I have that I wanted to make sure that anybody can have access to because I can pay for it, but I don't want anybody else to have to pay for it. You know what I mean?
Um, so how many things have you found? Like, you know how the one card looked like a Trump face long
Yes.
before anybody. Yeah. How many things like that have you found through this? Because I was here for the MTV part. That was a
Okay.
little peculiar as
Um,
well.
have you so there's the tactical nuke card, which is the title of the card name. I should there's 200 cards, so I'm not going to be able to pull it up right off the top of my head. But if you Google Tactical Nuke Illuminati card, it is literally the Twin Towers.
Right.
One of them being hit, and this card deck was originally released in 1982.
Hmm.
Then there's also a Pentagon card where there's an explosion in the center of the Pentagon. There is a quarantine card that has like body bags with toe tags on it and a needle with different sorts of vials of nondescript potions that could be put into it. There is a preppers card that we have not gotten to, where the guy that is sitting in the foreground is, all prepped up looking, he tactical, but behind him, he actually has a big old box of toilet paper. So multiple
Ah,
different, yeah. And so for reference, this Hillary Clinton card, you see she's holding a leash. Part of this deck, there is also a Bill Clinton card where he has the actual collar around his neck. So they're like connecting cards.
yeah, yeah. And here's another thing that got me about this game. You know how occasionally, well, I shouldn't say occasionally, but on 4chan, somebody will just write a long, drawn out, detailed bullshit, but you're not sure if it's bullshit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was talking about being on some Antarctica assignment, and they found all of the pictures, like these pictures on the cards allegedly from this 4chan story. All these pictures were originally found on the wall of a cave in Antarctica.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
If you have or if you can pull up that article at another time, let me know. Because I'd like to check that out.
It was literally like I've been on 4chan in the past, but I was literally watching like a YouTube video that was reviewing 4chan posts. So yeah, to
Funny.
find
So
it,
it's like
I probably went a
second
little
or third
hard.
time removed.
Yeah. And this has nothing to do with Cards Against Humanity though, right?
No, yeah, no, this, yeah, completely different.
All right.
Let's see. So the caption on this one, to anybody looking that can't read it, it says, "If there is one thing we can't stand, it's intolerance."
Yeah, man.
Oh, here we go. This was the one I was talking about. Check this out. Look. So literally toilet paper right there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like because it's
Beer,
spelled really
ammo,
big in a bigger
ammo,
rock.
ammo, toilet paper, beer, ammo, ammo, toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper.
And it would make sense that if the Illuminati themselves put this out, because it would go with the Faustian contract of stating your intentions, showing your plan, even as showing your plan to the people you want to do it to.
Right. And this was something VC and I were talking about a little bit earlier. And I can't remember the name of it. Do you remember the name of that movie? Fairly recently, in the last like maybe 5 years or so, that came out. It was essentially like a slightly slanted take on the Most Dangerous Game story. Only it was like the elites are hunting right wing
Yeah,
people. Do you remember
because
that movie?
I remember it. And I'm trying to think. Was it called The Hunt?
What was it? What did you say?
It might have been called The Hunt, and I actually saw it because
Yes,
they pulled
yes,
it out.
that's what it was. Yep, yep.
Yeah, they pulled it out of theaters, didn't they?
I don't remember. That
I
would be
got to
interesting
see it
to.
on a pirate, like I had a pirate stream app on my Xbox back then, so I have seen that movie. It was a good
Yeah,
movie.
you're right. I've never actually seen the movie, but I watched like the big hook to it, being the whole moment where they do the whole 007 like evil villain reveals his intention type thing, where the elites say, all you stupid right wingers kept on swearing that we were pedophiles and we were doing satanic rituals and all this stuff, and we got so tired of it that we actually just started doing it. Like
Yeah.
that was the explanation. It's like, really, that's your okay, all right.
And I am hazy on a lot of the details, but I do remember like for how often we don't really respect a leading female action role, this chick pulled it off, and she had this like yokel thing about her that I was digging. Like I think they were intent on killing right wingers, and I think this chick was just minding her own business and got wrapped up in it. But yeah, she was real like hometown yokel attitude, language and stuff. But she was like wrecking, wrecking everybody. It was definitely
That's
worth
funny.
watching.
I think I might have actually made it through all the cards. Holy shit.
So does
That
it
took a
play
lot
like
longer than Sorry, go ahead.
Magic the Gathering kind of?
Yeah, no, it's that was one of the things that I was I've been trying to actually find a video of somebody actually playing through this card game, but I haven't found any actual like people playing the game. And when I bought this deck, there wasn't an actual like how to do like turn one, turn two, whatever, yada yada yada. But there's obviously descriptions on the bottom of each of these different cards, and it's even more nuanced because in the same way that like Monopoly has what is it? Different style cards. If you buy like the full starter deck, which is either 200 or 220 cards, I can't remember. There's the image, the full image is basically one half of the set of cards is the Illuminati logo with a hand with like puppet strings hanging down from it. And then the
Mhm.
other set of cards is a red Illuminati logo with like a puppet hanging from those strings. So I don't know exactly how you would set up like the play field for a card game, but I do want to figure it out because I think it would be fun to try and either make like a stream of like a playthrough of this game just to see kind of how it works and make that kind of entertaining. But I, I'll have to do that some other time because I haven't figured that out yet.
And all of them are like that. Like I mostly only played Magic the Gathering, but I dabbled in a couple just to see what was up. And yeah, they even have like different card games even have their own patterns of how you set the cards down according to how the game's played. Um,
Right.
if you don't have the instructions, I'm sure it's Googleable.
I
Or
yeah.
is it?
You're right. I went directly to Steven Jackson's website uh, a year or so back to try and figure out the turn basis, to figure out like how to do the whole thing. But even there, it was kind of obscure. So it's weird. It's one of those games where it's like obviously there is a playthrough to it, but it's kind of obscure.
Yeah. But I get the multiple cards because I even had like they brought out a comedy edition season for Magic the Gathering, and I had the big furry
Really?
monster. Yeah, yeah, I had a big furry monster. It was a 99 creature, but it was like three or four cards to make the whole creature. You had to have them all in your hand at once, and you had to
Kind of like
have all kinds of
in
moves.
Yu-Gi-Oh, they have the Exodia card, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm just pulling up the first set of stuff that I had, just to kind of show like this. I hold all my cards in this little stupid treasure chest style box that I stained the outside, and I did wood burning
Mhm.
to make the logo kind of like
Yeah,
repeated on the inside, so you open it, you can see the logo for it.
yeah.
But yeah, this is fun, little stupid project that I was working on. Um, but yeah, this all these have been really fun to kind of flip through every once in a while.
Did I ever show it? That reminds me of the I don't know what that case looked like, but this is my Faraday case for like my got a external hard drive and a Raspberry Pi and my crypto cold
EMP
storage.
proof.
Huh? Yeah, EMP proof. All you gotta do is line something with foil and make sure it touches, for the continuity. I mean, you
Right.
can use an old school metal trash can with the lid on it. That's the Faraday case.
Right, exactly. Yeah. People do the whole tinfoil conspiracy stuff, but then once it starts actually being relevant as far as like Faraday cases go, it's blurs the lines of what's conspiracy and what's not.
Right. And also it's not just for a government EMP. There could be a solar flare off the sun strong enough to wipe computers and shit. So yeah, you'd want some stuff protected.
Well, cool, man. I'm gonna probably end up wrapping it up at this point because I'm almost nearing like 3.5 hours. I was really
What
not
what
expecting it to go.
changed what changed that you can do panels now?
I actually got a proper Ethernet cable. I was working on Wi-Fi with an old laptop, but now that I have like an actual hard connection, it's a little bit more stable. But like if you notice, I keep the video off just because, like, even while I'm running this, I had a couple times throughout this stream where it would just like die out. So I just didn't. I don't want to like do anything that's like. I want to actually put my best foot forward as far as if I'm going to present anything. So that was my whole like trepidation of doing live streams, because if I'm going to, hang with everybody else, I want to actually do a good job of it.
Yeah, and I just wondered because I realized like if my phone can handle it, every month there's those free stream hours on StreamYard that most of us probably should have been using. If like regardless if we ever want to pay for StreamYard, we should at least be using the free hours just for shits and gigs.
Yeah, I literally just only use the free stuff. I have never paid for StreamYard, and it's and even when I was doing my whole Day of the Ropes series that I was working on, basically what I would do is I would record a couple different chapters and let it kind of build up into the StreamYard, and they would say, "Oh, you're getting close to your 5-hour limit," and then I just delete all the stuff because it's like, why am I going to save it over here? I've already uploaded it onto YouTube. Like if it gets
And I
nuked over there,
realized you did that because I thought you were reading the books live, and then you started chatting back at me. And I was like, wow, you can read and chat at the same time?
Yeah, I'm good at multitasking.
All right, so just for a little sneak peek, if my phone picks it up, I'll take you guys out on this.
They're going in hot and heavy. First, I got Illuminati. I got Tommy traveling, traversing through the world. I'm not saying your name, Illuminati. I'm in the face of freaking Illuminati, glowing like a light. By people like Illuminati. Illuminati like Tommy say one to meet you, Antifa. Tommy say one to meet you, Nazis. Tommy say one to meet you, Jim Bob. Also
like that was just one stream, and I was like, I'm not even using every time he says Illuminati, and it was still just one stream. Funny. Yeah. All right, I'll catch you later.
All right, take care, man. All right, folks, we're gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna close you out on the same song you've already heard twice this stream, because it's my favorite song currently, because me and my homie made it together. Hope you guys enjoyed. It has been you guys, everybody that's time to hang out. I appreciate you all. I'll see you somewhere else on the metaverse.
I'll take the question.